Hey everyone, welcome back to Relentless Talk Radio. This is a special edition, Digital Evolution, an entrepreneur's guide to evolving online. I'm here with Brandy Lawson, the owner of FireFX. She and I have been partnering now for almost a year. It's getting close to a year.
Yeah, it is.
You guys evolve online by using me as a guinea pig. So today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. And I'm super, I love it when my life works out like this, Brandy, because it's super timely. But first of all, let's just talk about your hair.
Well, I decided, it's October, it's Halloween month, so let's try on the alter egos. Let's get out the. I originally got this wig because I was subbing in for a friend of mine who had at the time this color hair, and I thought, well, I'll just harness my inner Stacy, and then I had the meeting in the morning that I was subbing in for her, and so I was kind of committed. Like once you have a wig on, you're kind of committed to wearing it unless you're going to go home. And I wore the wig the whole day. It was the most fascinating social experiment I've ever done.
Why was it fascinating?
Like the reaction people have to something so unique. Cause it's like, it's a long wig. Like it's not just like here, it's a lot of pink hair.
Stand up. Let me see. Are you got your pajamas on?
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of pink hair.
You know what? That's something I have to go get one, like right away. You know what I mean? A couple years ago for Halloween, I bought kitty ears, you know what I mean? And everybody just loved them. And so on my birthday, about 3 years ago, I wore them. And now in my saddlebags, I just always carry kitty ears.
Yep. So I was like, I feel like today is just a pink hair kind of day. So we're gonna lean it. We decided on headgear. We left it real open.
And the reason why we did that is we wanted to remind entrepreneurs that this shit's supposed to be fun. I know sometimes we forget because we get so much into productivity mode, but I was really thinking about that yesterday. Look at the light that's coming in my window. I was thinking about it yesterday. Like, I can't imagine going back to work for a corporation where I had to put a suit on every day and I had to just be a certain personality every day. I just couldn't do it anymore.
No.
Because I'm so myself all the time that it would be hard for me to go back to that.
Yes. So here we are, just being our
pink
out loud selves.
I just love it. So LinkedIn. Super excited about this conversation. So I'm looking at our notes here. So take over there, sister.
All right. So LinkedIn, I think, has been like it's pink-headed, red-headed stepchild of social media. I think it's struggled to really find its stride. And I think that some, especially business owners who hang out on Facebook and hang out on Instagram and are in the other places, sometimes are uncertain, like what to do with LinkedIn, how to, just like the conversation we just had. Do we need to show up as someone else on LinkedIn? Please don't. But I do think it's worth saying that some of the conversations on LinkedIn are much more direct. It's like going to your friend's party versus going to a networking event. People at the networking event have a particular purpose in mind. And so they're probably going to be a little bit more direct about the business angle. And I think some people find that off-putting on LinkedIn because like you connect with somebody and then they're like, hey, I have this thing. Do you want it? And we're like, oh, ew, you haven't made a relationship with me yet. Well, that's true. Also, people are linked on LinkedIn to do business. Like it's not Facebook where it's sort of social and sort of business. People are on LinkedIn to do business. Like it has a very particular purpose. So I'm not excusing the tone, but I'm just saying there's a reason that people are like, get down to business faster.
100%. That I agree with you. However, like yesterday, I get about 10 of these copy and paste. Here's my if you want to buy it things a day. I'm always amazed. And many of the people that are copying and pasting have never read my profile. They're just literally just right. That is the biggest flipping turnoff to me. Yes, you can be bolder on LinkedIn, but go to my profile and find out what I do for a living.
So again, like we're stepping into people are here to do business. Not everyone's doing it well. 100%.
100%.
And so I've just adjusted my expectations. I've tried to be more in discovery mode than in expectation mode when it comes to LinkedIn. And I'm looking very critically at the connection requests because people are showing me who they are. I should not accept a connection request that's like, hey, I'm this person and I offer this kind of service, and not expect them to follow that up with, and here's my service. Are you interested? Because I accepted their connection request.
Right.
So I'm just like being more discerning about the connection requests I accept.
Yep.
Like, who do I want to be in conversations with? Which empowers me also, because if I am looking for something particular and someone shows up in my connection request that offers something particular, that's an opportunity.
Right.
If these are things I'm not looking for people to generate leads for me. So bye.
And I've been doing a lot of those lately, and I think it's the sign of the times, right? You know, we're all kind of, you know, doing the best we can. And I understand, but I'm not your person.
Yes. Also, I don't think we should feel bad because a no is sometimes as helpful as a yes.
You know what I've also been getting a lot lately, which I find really interesting, it's kind of amusing, is the dating people.
I don't understand. I mean,
they want me to bring all my friends. I had a guy actually on Facebook, but it could have been on LinkedIn, okay, say, hey, you're so hot. Can you and your girlfriends come and wear heels and short skirts to this party that I'm going to? And I'm like, dude, wow, is this really working for you? Because like, I wouldn't, like, I've never met you. I'm not going to like call all my girlfriends and say, hi, get hotted up. We're going to go like, you know, parade around in front of this guy's friends. I mean, could you please? I mean, really? I mean, come on. And, you know, I did actually say that to him and nicely, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not your prospect because I'm interested in leading my girlfriends to themselves, not to your hot, younger, athletic, affluent dudes that you're in. If you're hot, young, and athletic and affluent, you don't need a dating site. You've got people lined up for you. So I mean, it just, you know what I mean? So there's been a lot of that lately too. So.
Yes. So then we've kind of talked about LinkedIn, where I also think it's evolving. Like LinkedIn just introduced stories, and there was a lot of like, from the, like there's a collective groan from the internet. Yeah. But I think again, it's still trying to find its way between the how do we connect people who are looking to do business in an authentic way, where I think like even in real life, we've gone to a real life networking event and it's been awkward, right? Because people are trying to figure out how to walk this line. I think LinkedIn is just an internet expression of that. So yeah, I think how it gets used.
I also think it's been evolving too, because when I was the director of marketing that, you know, for the North Scottsdale Chamber of Commerce, when it was still it still was, right? It's no longer, it's merged with the Scottsdale Chamber of Commerce, the North Scottsdale Chamber of Commerce merged. I was really actively, I'm going to close this. I was really actively moving my business towards getting to know business owners. So I was really aggressively building my LinkedIn profile during that time. So I have like 2,800 LinkedIn profile people, and a lot of them have been my LinkedIn connections for over 10 years, you know? Right. So now we'll talk more about that in a minute, but I think that LinkedIn has been a long-term commitment for me. And so now I'm going to be re-energizing that a bit.
Right. All right. So to this point, what has been the role of LinkedIn in your overall marketing? And I know specifically we're kind of talking about Choose Healthy Change. So to this point, how have you been using LinkedIn?
Well, to me, LinkedIn is always like a resume online, right? So if I meet somebody in a networking event, I always encourage them to go check out my LinkedIn profile because I have a ridiculous amount of, thank you very much, everybody, for giving me the recommendations. It shows a long-term commitment to excellence over a career. And I think that's important for people to see that. It shows how multifaceted my career is and how committed I've been to each of my 4 pillars on Relentless Talk Radio, especially health and fitness, because I've been in the health and fitness industry my whole life, and it shows that on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has been used for me as a proof of testimonial, proof of product and testimonial support, right? Because if you want to know who I am professionally, there I am. I make sure that I update my description on a regular basis to kind of react, and I'm going to be in the process of updating it again, okay? Because I'm really micro-focusing right now on Choose Healthy Change. And so in the past, in different careers, I've focused differently on LinkedIn. Now, since Relentless Talk Radio has come on board, I would post, if I had time, I would post Relentless Talk Radio stuff. And I would try to every time post Relentless Talk Radio stuff. And with Choose Healthy Change, I wasn't posting there a lot because I felt that Choose Healthy Change was more about personal transformation. However, I'm really focusing on building my team right now. I'm looking for 10 rock stars that want to go with me, right? So I've got 3 in the gate. I have 3 in the corral. I've got 2 in the gate, okay? So I have another 5 rock stars that I'm looking for. And I was talking with my dear friend, Erin Harrison, who's another person who partners with the nutrition company that I partner with. And he said, I've grown my entire business on LinkedIn. And I went, get out of Dodge, really? I mean, so this surprises me because he's a professional football player, and I would have thought that he would rely more on Instagram for the visual and Facebook for the relationship. But what he said was like, smack myself on the forehead, true, okay? I'm looking for business builders, so I want to be on LinkedIn because I can be bold on LinkedIn. I'm like, yes, I'm at the point in my business that I want to be bold about building business leaders. And so about the beginning of COVID, I started to do, I bought the URL Coach with Mick, and I did a video and a lead page. And what I was doing was reaching out specifically to personal trainers who were dealing with the ebb and crazy of COVID cash flow, which has been like 0 for most people. And it was working really great at the beginning of COVID because people were in panic. And then when the gyms opened back up and then they closed, it locked down the influence on that campaign. So I pulled back from it. Now that the gyms are open, and you have a lot of personal trainers that either their clients didn't come back or their clients can't afford them. Now I'm pushing forward with, hey, I'm looking for business builders who are interested in streamlining their cash flow and providing an additional level of service to their clients. And I'll be doing that boldly. You're going to see some real bold, very stylized visuals on LinkedIn over the next month. And just like yourself, I'm going to be looking to see, okay, is Erin right? Am I picking up these business builders here on LinkedIn? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to find at least 6 new business builders on LinkedIn between now and the next time we talk about this.
Yeah, so I think that is exactly right. Like, people aren't necessarily looking for personal transformation per se on LinkedIn, but they are looking for business opportunities.
Right.
So that is the facet that you can lean into LinkedIn for. And yeah, the updating of the LinkedIn profile, like mine needs to be updated again. It's just constantly, we're constantly evolving as people. And so, our information needs to keep up with us. So LinkedIn is shifting for you.
And I updated my summary bio the other day, okay? And I lift up and encourage others to discover their better health, pure joy, and abundance was my title. And I actually have refocused my bio: health and fitness industry expert and coach, talk show host, public speaker, bikini competitor, artist, and biker chick. Yeah. I refocus away from my why as it relates to personal transformation and refocus back onto the business on LinkedIn.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So besides the update of the bio, so now with LinkedIn, there are, let me think about how there's types of posts. So there's text posts, link posts, image posts, video posts, and now stories. How are you using posts on LinkedIn?
So I love that this, Erin told me a couple days ago when I talked to him about story, I didn't even know that stories were happening on LinkedIn. That's that new. So I'm taking the Instagram story that I'm using for Facebook personal, Facebook business, Instagram, and now I'm reapplying it to LinkedIn. So I'm using that story. I'm building it into my Airtable schedule. Okay. And I'm creating stories for all of my Relentless Talk Radio episodes. And I'm creating stories specifically in LinkedIn for the business builder piece of things.
Yes. I think that's the key thing. It's like, if you're creating stories, those specific ones for business builders, like those are the ones that should definitely be hitting LinkedIn because that's your angle there, right?
And I also believe in Vanderchek's, is it Vanderchek? It's not Vanderchek.
Gary
Vaynerchuk, right?
Yeah. Gary V.
He has a book called Jab, Jab, Punch or something like that.
Jab, jab, jab.
It's something. I'll have to, let me.
It's like 3 jabs and a punch. I can't remember. Yes.
I hate that we have so much jab, 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 right hook. How to tell your story in the social world. Okay. So I am not that person that is posting buy my widget, buy my widget, buy my widget, buy my widget. People stop following me, right? I'm a person who the jab is, here's me doing bike stuff. Here's me in the gym. Here's me having fun with my friends. Here's me doing cool stuff with my family. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm building my business. Here's me having fun. Here's me in a cute dress. Here's me and my girlfriend's looking hot. Oh, by the way, cute dress, right? Transformation post. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm building my business. So you don't want to just only talk about buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. Okay. Because that people get bored with that. They feel abused by it. And also that's not your life. Like my business is important, but I have a life going on in the meantime. And what makes people interested in you, they get to like, know, and trust you by watching what you're doing in all assets of your life. So I'll be doing a similar approach on LinkedIn, but more distilled down and more bold as far as the business building is concerned.
Cool. Very cool. All right. So then there's other things on LinkedIn besides just the post types now. There's articles.
Yep.
And are you planning to use articles? Do you use articles currently?
So I have used articles in the past, and I've been so shifting and moving and restructuring over the past, I would say 6 months. I've stopped doing my blogs. And so next month, my blog restarts, and my blog summarizes all the stuff I'm doing with Relentless Talk Radio, with Choose Healthy Change, with Micalizzi Rides, with the LLS Woman of the Year campaign. And that blog gets distilled into an article and linked into my blog on my websites. I'm also rebuilding all my websites in what's the new hosting that I have? SiteGround.
SiteGround. Mm-hmm.
So my temporary websites that have been built in GoDaddy to kind of get me through as I had time to rebuild my sites are expiring. So I'm forced now to take all that information and put them into WordPress on SiteGround. So as I'm doing that, I'll be blogging on a monthly basis. So I'll be doing an article on a monthly basis and probably bi-monthly, driving traffic to the blog, focusing on different things. So one focus on Relentless Talk Radio post and one focus on Choose Healthy Change business building post. So the articles, I try to create things that I can repurpose.
Yes, 100%.
So it's the same thing. Like when I design my fashion line, I plan on having 12 pieces. Well, you build the bodice of whatever, and then you can build a short edition. You can build a medium length skirt, a long length skirt, a jumper, right? But you have the bodice be the same, so you're not rebuilding everything. It's the same way with social media. If I'm doing a newsletter, then each one of those little segments of my newsletter can be repurposed into nuggets on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever, right? And this way I'm not creating 500 pieces of content. I'm maybe creating 15, and then I'm breaking up those 15 pieces of content into certain chunks, and I'm paying attention to keyword sensitive. I'm paying attention to keywords now more so than ever, because one of my goals, as you know, is to get my YouTube up to 20,000 followers. And if I'm using the same keywords across LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and that's it. Pinterest is like way behind for me.
Well, it's about, again, who you're looking for and where they're hanging out.
Yep.
You can't be all the places well.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes people, they think that spending time on, let's say, the newsletter, right? That takes a lot of time to come up with really good content and the images and whatever. But then it makes everything else easier, because then you're just repurposing the content that you're creating for your big chunky time dump, right? And also I'm repurposing the copy that we are creating in DigitalEvolution and in the Video Lab inside the newsletter, and then that's being repurposed throughout all my channels. So I try to reduce the amount of time I'm spending on developing content because I'm only one person. Dang it.
Well, also, here is the truth about content is that good content needs to be promoted. The first time you tell your audience about something, not everybody reads it. And even if they do read it, not everybody retains it. There is value in promoting content and in packaging it in different ways. So
and you're brilliant at that. You are brilliant at that because I get your email. I'm watching you too, sister. That's the reason why I chose you. I get your email. I'm no dummy. I get your email, and then I see your LinkedIn post. Then I see your Facebook post. Then I see your Instagram post, and you're doing the same thing I'm doing. You're relating everything together, and we because it used to be that if you saw something 3 times, you'd be like, oh, there's a Coke. Oh, there's a Coke. Oh, there's a Coke. God, I really feel like a Coke, right? But now, with sales, it used to be you had to ask 7 times for the sales. Now you have to ask 16 times to get the sale. So I'm wondering what the statistics are. Do you know how many times people have to see something before they go, oh yeah, Coke, I want a Coke?
At this point, I don't know. And honestly, like if there was a study that's 2 years old, I'd say it's out of date. Like there's so many more touch points. Like the number of screens in a house, like it used to be the TV and the radio. Boom.
Right.
Now there's the computer and the tablet and the phone, and the TVs are even smart now. Like all of the screens, and then all of the ways in which we consume information, from podcasts to videos, and even within platforms, like even within Facebook. I was seeing the Red Table series that was started off with the Smith family is now to the Esteban family. I'm like, oh, what? Wait, there's now TV shows inside of Facebook. And I'm like, I can't keep up.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit. The overwhelm is real. 100%. And that's that part of you as a business person wants to be like, screw it, I'm not doing any of it because it's just too much and I got to do my thing. This marketing thing is killing me, right? And the other thing is that then you start to feel like you're annoying people because you're putting so much out there. But the reality is that you have to fire hose across platforms in order for anyone even to notice what you're doing. I mean, it always still amazes me when people say to me, Michelle, what do you do? Well, look at my profile. I have a radio show. I have this. I mean, like, just watch what I'm posting. You'll see what I'm doing. But I think that it's important to you have to keep sending your message out there, because now I go to a gas station to gas my bike up last weekend, and a guy literally runs across the parking lot, and he comes up to me really close, right? I'm like, okay, mask on, and he says, "Relentless Talk Radio." I go, "Yeah, dude. How are you? Who are you? Are we friends? I don't even know you. Like, tell me about me. Tell me some more," right? He had ran into me at some event. We rode for a little while together, and then he followed me, and he literally ran in his Kevlar, right? He was like one of those guys. So, that took like 5 years I'm on 91 episodes on Relentless Talk Radio. But, you have to keep on. I just brought on a new team builder this week with my Choose Healthy Change business that I met a year ago. And it was through motorcycle related things and then health related things. And then, oh yeah, this is a good fit, right? So we were able to build relationship by connecting in other social ways. And then poof, I have a team builder and she's going to kill it, right? So that you have to keep on putting things out there. And for me, I'm always managing my time. And comes a point during the day, and I know people who know me find this hard to believe, I do put my phone down. I do. I plug it in where I can't reach it. I turn the notifications off, and I don't touch it. Because if not, you are literally on your phone every second. And I know I'm on my phone more than the average person because I'm doing everything there. But you got to step away from it too. So we wanted to talk about DMs. One of my fave, right?
Well, and yes, so
direct messages to people that don't know what DM means.
Yeah, so we've obviously already talked a little bit about how some people are using it. Are direct messages part of your LinkedIn strategy, and how do you use them?
They have been. And like I have been pulled back from it. But in this new world, I will be searching for all the people I know that are podcasters, major networkers, personal trainers, doctors, chiropractors, people that are already working in the health and fitness space, and I'll be reaching out to them and asking them to have coffee with me. Hey, listen, I noticed that you're doing XYZ in your business and you're wanting to grow here and there. I'd love to take 15 minutes and just talk about what you're doing, how I can support you, which is really important. Don't go into a meeting and say, hi, I just want you to buy my shit. I want to network with people to see how, because if I can help them get what they want, they're going to help me get what I want, and vice versa.
Right.
And it might not happen simultaneously either. I mean, I remember when I was selling the building for my salon, I had a chiropractor in my BNI. I made the decision to sell my building. I was out in the middle of Sonoran Preserve. I just made a decision literally to sell the building. I hung up with my dad on the phone. Ding! It was an email from my BNI chiropractor, and one sentence, are you sure you don't want to sell me your building? I had an offer on the building in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I had sent him one client after another for years. I had sent my mom, my dad, done business with him. He got a lot of referral business with me before he solved my problem. And it was a problem because I was in Arizona and I had a building, a $500,000 building for sale. Like that, it was sold. So that's how you want to operate when you're direct messaging. You really want to say, hey, what can I do for you? And by the way, I'd like to tell you what I'm doing too. Maybe either I might be a solution for you, or it could be a solution for somebody else. Let's make a meeting. Let's do a 20-minute or a 15-minute coffee date virtually online. Here's a link to my calendar. When are you available?
Yep.
And then put a reminder to follow up with that person in a week, 2 weeks, because people get lost in LinkedIn. They may not see the message. They may see the message when they've got 800 things going on. I hate that when I see someone see my message. Why are they ghosting me? You know why? Because they looked at it when they were in the ladies' room. Then their kid knocked on the door and it got lost in life, right? So you can't assume that someone's ghosting you anymore either. Reach back out to them and say, hey, listen, I sent you a message a week ago. I just really, you've been on my mind, you've been on my heart. I want to know what you're doing. How can I support you? And I'd love to give you an update on what I'm doing today.
Yep. So cool. All right. So we talked a little bit about your plan for upgrading. Do you kind of have a good bet about it? Sounds like because you got real clear about you need 6 more.
This is how my universe works. We were supposed to do this last week, and Cox sent us a note saying that the entire internet was going to be out in my neighborhood here in Peoria for a 4-hour period. I'm like, really? I mean, they can just do that? And people are doing business in the middle of COVID. Are you kidding? So we made a decision to change. And had we had this conversation last week, we would have had a very different conversation. I would have been like, I'm not using LinkedIn. It's like a lagger. But this time, you heard me talk about how I've used it in the past, and we've really been talking about good, better, best the entire conversation. I really think that we should revisit this LinkedIn thing in a month and let me tell you how it went, because I'm going to be sharing this video with all my team builders. I'm going to be asking other teams to listen to this message because I think it's super important. Because even teams that don't affect me, because I want everybody to make money. I want everybody to clear their mortgage, no problem. That's the best feeling on the planet, when you can write a check out for your, oh, look at me, I'm dating myself. Now it's hit send, or it's just, you have it on auto pay. When your auto pay goes out and you're not even thinking about it, that is the best thing in the world. When you have enough money in your bank account to pay all your bills and not even think about it, love that. So I'll be sharing this video with a lot of people.
Awesome. So you got clarity about how you're going to, I think this is the best way to use any channel, is with a clear purpose and intent, because then every decision's easier. You
gotta sit back on it and figure out what that is. LinkedIn's a perfect example. You might not know what your clear intent is. Just hold that thought. It'll come to you.
Right. Yes. But when you do have a clear intent and you do have a clear plan, you're like, oh, okay, well, check. This is how I'm going to use this. This is how I'm going to do this. Decisions are so much easier when you have a clear intent and purpose at the beginning. You spend less time second guessing.
And people will say, when's the best time to start? And what if I don't have a plan? Just post. Don't worry about it too much. You'll figure it out, just like I've figured it out in the process of posting. It'll come to you. I don't think you can break the internet with maybe posting the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Look at that. I've done totally totally changed in just in our conversation. So we have a tool we try to give everybody every week, and you've got another one I haven't heard of. I can't wait to hear about this one. Tell me what it is.
Oh, this was my new favorite thing when my son started doing school from home. So at that point we've got my husband downstairs working, we have my son doing school, we have me in here trying to do things. And my router was fine, but it wasn't great. And so then I started hearing about the Eero. I'm like, what is this thing? Why do I care? Oh, well, the reason I care is so Amazon makes this Eero Wi-Fi router, and they just released a new one. And it's a mesh network. So it basically makes sure that everything is optimized and everything operates at its fastest inside of your house. So I got 2 to cover my whole house. And then there's an app that makes joining your network really easy. And so I can see every device on my network. And then for the kid, I can make a profile that basically turns on his internet at a certain time and turns off his internet at a certain time. And then I can just like take a device off the network just by tapping a button in the app.
Holy crapola.
Right?
I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the website on the bottom here so people can see it. So yeah. We just upgraded our internet here in our household, and I got the 360 thing from.
Oh, the Cox 360. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does this router work in conjunction with that, or does it replace it?
It might be able to work in conjunction with it. So they have a couple versions. They have like you can buy standalone extenders. So like if your router's fine, but like in the backyard or in a certain area of the house, you can buy an Eero extender. I was like, I'm gonna go. I want. At this point, like our router was a couple years old, and it probably was never designed to cover as much real estate as I had it covering.
Right.
Plus our usage went way up. So I bought the main thing, but you could probably buy the extender piece if you just want an extender. So Cox's 360 I think is designed to be competitive to the Eero. I like owning my own equipment and making my own decisions about things. I also like that it's made by Amazon. So all of my Alexa devices, like everything's very happy in my house and talks to each other very nicely now.
Wow.
Because of the mesh network. It's so nice.
So nice. Okay. Well, this is awesome. Free shipping, free support, 30-day guarantee, 1-year warranty.
Yes. Yeah. And I heard about it from like a couple people online. I was like, why haven't I heard about this thing? And I was like, if you've got kids and you're trying to manage their access, especially like if Wi-Fi is the currency in your house, which it is for many people who have teenagers, this is priceless because you can literally, with a touch of a button, turn all the devices on, turn all the devices off, or set schedules. So
they've got a the one pack is $99.
Yeah, they're very, very price point friendly, I thought, for what you get.
And then you've got the beacon you have the extender for $89. So I'm gonna have to, because speed is always an issue.
Right.
Like right now I'm looking at my bars and we're doing pretty good, but all right.
The other thing is you can see on the app the individual upload download speed for every single device. So it gives you so much more accessible information just at the glance with the app.
Wow. So it has one for a smaller one, a medium-sized one, or a large one for your household. Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, you wowed me with the tool. This is this is why geeks have to talk to each other. Like, oh my God, they're so boring. Let me tell you something. When you're working from home and you have this kind of thing going on, you're definitely looking for ways to solve your problem without having to do all the work. So I really appreciate that you've shared this with us. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So I am going to put on the bottom of the screen now is Meet with Mick. If what we have said today sounds like complete flippant Swahili to you, unless you're Swahili, it could be Swahili. But if you're not Swahili and it doesn't make any sense to you, give a call, or you can also go to meetwithmick.com and you can choose a free consultation with Brandy and I, and we'll talk about your existing craziness is with your social media, and Brandy will give you a 45-minute discussion and I about what you could do next, and we can kind of unravel some things for you. So you just go to meetwithmick.com and you choose a Digital Evolution consultation, and Brandy and I are happy to meet with you and help you unravel the ravel. So Brandy, I just love that you have pink hair and I have a cowboy hat with a skull on it, and this has been a really awesome conversation. I'm just saying, you know, if it's only for you and me, I'm totally excited about it. So, but I have a feeling lots of people are going to listen to this one. So thanks a lot, Brandy. We'll see you next time we meet is going to be on the third Thursday of October. We will have Halloween gear on. We'll be dressed up, I'm sure. And because, you know, might as well blow that out. And we'll be talking about
YouTube and TikTok.
Good. Awesome. Cool. All right. So thanks for being flexible with the world as it is. That's the true nature of an entrepreneur, is you just got to roll with how things are. You can't, you know, there's no fantasy in this world. You just got to roll with it.
Just got to roll with it.
And you know what? Your son's been great. He's like, you know, he's actually made it through the whole episode without a question, which is good.
Yes, because we've hired some help because there was like that what we were doing was not sustainable. So he has some one-on-one attention to help.
Yeah, mom would have like probably killed somebody or gone hairy or just completely, or had dyed her hair pink on purpose.
Right. Yeah. And maybe it would have been like a pink pixie, and that probably would not have been
bad. Hey, I like that my mug today matches your hair. I got this from my cook for my birthday. Isn't that cute?
It's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? And it matches your hair. I wish I could compare it to your hair, but see, it matches. I didn't even know that. All right, sister. We'll see you on the third Thursday of October at 9 a.m. here on Relentless Talk Radio. This has been Digital Evolution, an entrepreneur's guide to evolving online. We've been talking about LinkedIn, and next week we're going to talk about YouTube and TikTok. See you later.
Bye.